Hi everyone, Mike the MC bringing another self-care video. I didn't really have a plan for this video today, but sometimes no plan can be a wonderful idea in the first place. What do I mean by that? So the thing is, perfect planning, talking to your future self, right? I mentioned all those as good things for you to use as part of your self-care and improvement, right? Planning for the future to get ahead. But sometimes one thing that can get you the edge over other people is being unpredictable. And so part of that is trusting in your gut, your feelings, intuition, and to remember, hey, no matter how much you study for something, no matter what kind of smart goal you approach something, or even a critical path, whatever profession you're in, right? No matter the amount of planning or talking you do, yada yada, you have to do the doing as well. And that is where a leader comes to be. And when you start to do, and you start to get things accomplished, the people start to resonate with you. And they say, okay, not only can this person talk what he's saying with his theories and ideas, whatever, he actually makes sense to me. He or she can actually say something that makes so much sense to me that I will follow them into battle. I will follow them with their projects. I'll listen to them. I want to acknowledge them. That is cool. And for those who want to be a leader as well, don't be afraid to follow the lonely path when you have to at times, because there will be people when they are on your team and then all of a sudden they want to mistreat you in some way or kind of look down on you, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to be the pushover. I'm not going to be the one that's just being so gullible for your ideas. When you can step away from somebody, that's a powerful motivator. That's power. And you don't have to take it from anybody. And then when you finally leave that other person, it feels liberating, because now all of a sudden the bully's like, whoa, that person left me? Right. You don't have to feed the negative energy. You don't have to feed the negative fire that people are hoping that you stay in there as a gullible, naive person. When you leave, you have more backbone than they do. You have more courage than they ever will. It's a wonderful thing to live by, and you will recognize your inner strength. I'm speaking of those who have it, who haven't used it as much. And when you find your inner strength and you use it and you put the scare in other people, it's because you have that strength that they were afraid that you would recognize. And you find freedom, you find beauty, and that is where the true leader emerges. To take all the criticism in the world, and yet you still accomplished what others said you couldn't do. And that is what many great leaders have had to do in order to get things done. And so that is one great lesson. A plan that is not part of the plan, when you're living by your instinct, is powerful. It resonates with who you are, and it is some great self-care that I can share with you, in that I trust myself and I am enough. That is where it goes into a deeper lesson with that sort of meditation. I trust myself to get things done. I trust myself to have this all accomplished. I can just say I will get it done, and I don't need all 1,000 steps to make it that one. I will walk the 1,000 steps, but I don't have to do it for planning for every single step each way, or I'll be stuck for all eternity. You have to do the walking in order to climb as well. And that is the fine balance of the doing with the thinking. And when you're able to balance out the thinking, you feel free. You don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to work too hard. You don't have to waste your resources. You don't have to waste your time with people who are against you. When you finally can separate and be your own self for a while, your own team, that is arguably more productive than you will ever be if you're with 100 people at your disposal that are going against you, right? You got to think about where you are most productive with, and then when you get people on your team, that is a wonderful place to be. It's a wonderful place to be, because you recognize that you have something that you want to accomplish, and when the right people come on board to your team, kind of like a second chance, third chance sort of deal, you find the people and they resonate with you, and you all can share ideas. And if they move on to other things, awesome, but at least you provide those other people the second and third chances by coming to your team, your party, your boat, whatever, your camp, and all of a sudden you have a company, you have a business, you have a family, everything is flourishing because you allowed people to come to you. That's a wonderful place to be in. You could even say that's a little tribal, but the thing is, in some instinct like that as a human person, you have to allow people to come to your life like that as well, rather than, if you don't want to be the follower, be the one that is doing. And when you're in that position, you have so much strength and your leadership emerges. So give that a try as a self-care tip. Don't try to seek if you can help it. Try to live on your own as much as possible and allow others to come to your party, your team, and your camp. And you can delegate them for the work they can do. And that way you're in the position of being a leader, a charismatic leader, a trustworthy leader, a leader that is taking care of the camp, and when people come on board, they'll know that you are guiding them in the right direction. There's a vision, there's a hope, there's some values to uphold, and everyone is all right. Everyone can live as well and be happy because they know that you are protecting and holding that ceiling on top for everybody to live under. And then when you can nourish it with some powerful prayer with the great guy upstairs watching over you and the whole family, those are many blessings that will come upon all of you. Things to consider. All right, everyone, hope this one finds you well today. Welcome people into your camp. The perfect plan doesn't have to be the perfect one. It has to be the one where you are doing. So when you can do and balance with the planning, you will find peace and don't have to worry about what has to be perfect. And allow people to come into your camp, and always remember that you as a leader can still validate what is right and wrong, and if people are not on board, you can always let them go. Be a solid leader, accept criticism, and that is what separates you from the follower. And I know you all have that inner strength, and you can emerge as the true leaders that you are. Things to consider. All right, everyone. Hope this one finds you well. Take care. Have a good one.